Hello and welcome back to another daily transfer video. Can I even call it a daily transfer video? I've only done one in the past. I mean, I do intend on doing them every day, so can I call it a daily transfer video? I don't know. You tell me in the comments, guys. But let's not mess around. Let's get straight into it. Tottenham have submitted a joint £50 million bid to Leicester City for England midfielder James Maddison and 25-year-old England forward Harvey Barnes. Now, I would be very, very shocked if Leicester allowed both of them players to leave the football club for a combined fee of 50 million quid. James Maddison's probably worth 50 more, probably a bit more than 50, maybe 55, 60 million, maybe even 70 in today's market on his own. Harvey Barnes is probably a 35, 40 million pound player nowadays, you know, with his potential. Maybe that's a little bit high. But the facts are that is a very, very, very low ball offer. I'd be very surprised if Leicester allowed him to leave. However, maybe they've got to let him go. Maybe they've got to get the cash in. Who knows? But yeah, I like both of them. And if Tottenham make those signings, I think that is a very, very good signing for those. Let's move on to the Declan Rice saga, which has been building up now for a couple of days, and it looks like it's hotting up. Man United, Man City and Chelsea could all enter the bidding war for West Ham's 24-year-old England midfielder Declan Rice from Arsenal. Arsenal's initial £90 million bid was turned down. That's from the Telegraph. Daily Mail are reporting that Arsenal are now going to make an improved offer of £100 million for Declan Rice, which, if that is true, by the way, he will go to Arsenal because West Ham will accept £100 million in my view. Arsenal are continuing to prioritise a deal for Rice and have therefore pulled out of the race to sign 21-year-old Brighton midfielder Moises Caicedo. Yeah, that's an interesting one. So Caicedo now looking like he's not going to go to Chelsea, which I thought it was. Apparently, going to Arsenal. Apparently, Chelsea want to sign Moises Caicedo, so maybe that's going to be something that we'll see in the next couple of days. But this stuff on Declan Rice is hotting up, and of course, Manchester City, we're hearing David Ornstein's getting involved in this, saying City are looking to make a bid, but Arsenal clearly are moving first. And I've been told personally that Declan Rice does prefer a move to Arsenal. Whether or not that's true, we will find out. And of course, on the Caicedo thing, as you can see here from Sky Sport in Germany, Caicedo has decided to join Chelsea with the final negotiations now taking place. That's probably going to be another £100 million transfer. It's crazy what they can spend. Chelsea and Germany forward Kai Havertz has agreed personal terms with Arsenal, but are yet to finalise a deal with Chelsea. This is from Fabrizio Romano. I cannot believe this, guys. I am stunned. I am shocked. As a neutral, I'm a bit angry because I don't understand why Arsenal are signing Kai Havertz. It makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. They need to build a squad that can go again, that can compete for the Premier League, that can get themselves to the late stages of the Champions League and potentially win some silverware, whether it be the Carabao or FA Cup. And they're going to spend 50, 60 million quid on Kai Havertz, who has flopped in this country. It is a complete and utter gamble. I would go so far as to say I think this is a joke. I think this is a farce from Arsenal. I'm not saying, by the way, that he's going to go there and flop. He might go to Arsenal and do well. The point that I'm making here is I don't understand why Arsenal, when they now need to strengthen that team with good players, are going for Kai Havertz. It's a complete gamble. Kai Havertz is a player that City could sign because City have a mint squad and City could take a potential gamble on Havertz. Arsenal can't take a gamble on Havertz. It's ridiculous. But maybe Arteta knows something that we don't. Chelsea face competition from Manchester United for the signing of Inter Milan's Cameroon goalkeeper Andre Onana. Although United have shortlisted Porto's Portugal keeper Diogo Costa. Now this is from the Guardian. Very interesting this, of course, because I think most people know that Man United need a new goalkeeper. David De Gea he cannot play the style and the brand of football that Erik ten Hag wants to play. United need to sign a new goalkeeper that is able to play the ball out from the back. Onana clearly can do that. In fact, I seen him obviously firsthand when he played against City in the Champions League final. But I still don't know. I don't know. Are United going to get rid of David De Gea? We will see. Inter Milan and Argentina forward Lautaro Martinez wants to join Chelsea. Now, of course, Chelsea need a striker. They've currently got Romelu Lukaku. I think it's coming back from a loan deal now, so they'll have to get rid of him. Maybe they could do some sort of deal with Inter Milan. Lukaku goes to Inter Milan and Lautaro Martinez comes to Chelsea. That would seem pretty reasonable. I think he's an okay striker, Martinez. I think he'll score goals in the Premier League, but I don't think he's a world-class player. Newcastle United remain in pole position to sign Scotland fullback Kieran Tierney from Arsenal. Brace for bids in the next couple of weeks. That's from Football Insider. This is obviously one that we've heard for quite some time now, actually, in the sense that apparently Kieran Tierney has often felt a bit lonely and wants to be closer to his family back up in Scotland. And of course, for people that don't know geography, Newcastle is very close to Scotland. So yeah, it makes sense. He's only 26. That's still quite young, actually. He seems to have been around the game for a very long time. He must have been at Celtic when he was very, very young. Good player. I think it's a good signing for Newcastle. And yeah, it does seem that maybe his time at Arsenal has come to an end. So not entirely surprising. Brentford will sign Romeo Beckham from Inter Miami on a permanent one-year deal, with the 20-year-old set to continue playing for the Bees B team after a 6-month loan deal. That's from Sky Sports. Okay, interesting. That seems to me that probably one that won't come to anything, and it's probably just want to make the papers or something. Atalanta will demand a figure well in advance of their club transfer record for £45 million Denmark striker Rasmus Højlund, with Man United and Chelsea interested in the 20-year-old. Yeah, now I've seen this, apparently, because United are not going for Kane, we covered that yesterday. Rasmus Højlund is now apparently their key sort of target, only 20 years old. Big gamble for Man United if they do go for him, because they really need someone to come in there and start scoring goals. Are they going to go for him? 40 million quid? Would you not rather go for Kane for 100? Who knows? That's from the Daily Mail. Liverpool are interested in Paris Saint-Germain's 17-year-old French midfielder Warren Zaïre-Emery, who is also admired by Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola and could be targeted in a potential swap deal for Portugal forward Bernardo Silva. That's from RMC Sport. That's a French paper. Yeah, I mean, obviously, again, you see these signings all the time. You always see most clubs making one of these type of signings a gamble, a complete gamble. I'm throwing my dice on red or whatever you do in the gamblers and see if they work. Most of the time they don't, but sometimes they will, and you've got a player probably for cheap who then is worth X amount of times. Arsenal remain in the race to sign Ilkay Gundogan this summer, but the 32-year-old's former club Borussia Dortmund have withdrawn their interest in the German midfielder, who is out of contract at Manchester City this summer. That's from Bild. Now I've seen this actually. We've seen Arsenal wanted Ilkay Gundogan. Not really seen too much rumours come from that. We also seen that Borussia Dortmund wanted to sign him on a 3 to 5 year contract. However, Bild are now saying that he doesn't want to go there. That's probably because he wants to go to Barcelona, Saudi Arabia, or stay at Manchester City. This is an interesting one. Bayern Munich are leading candidates to sign Napoli's 26-year-old South Korea defender Kim Min-jae, who's also been linked with Manchester United. Now, apparently, you can get this guy for around £45 million, which, if true, is a very, very good deal. Man United could do with strengthening their back line, so I would be surprised if they pulled out. But, yeah, Bayern Munich love this sort of deal. It's cheap. He's a good player. He's only 26. Yeah, I can completely see that one happening. Saudi club Al Tawun have offered 30-year-old Spanish striker Alvaro Morata €50 million per year to join them from Atletico Madrid. That's from the Sport paper in Spain. How does this guy keep getting mad transfer fees? He's fucking shit, guys. I'm sorry for swearing in it, but he's arse. He's rubbish. I don't get this. I think he's the most transferred record player of all time. It's unbelievable. I think he's a very, very average player. Ridiculous. Borussia Dortmund have joined Liverpool, Aston Villa and Burnley in the hunt to sign Japan striker Keito Nakamura from Austrian side Lask. Okay, interesting. Now, we've seen yesterday that Burnley were in for a striker. They're being linked with Nakamura, so clearly you can put two and two together and say Burnley are looking for a striker. Liverpool probably are looking for a backup striker for Darwin Núñez. Aston Villa maybe the same, and Borussia Dortmund yeah, they probably want to sign these players because they're very good at signing players and then selling them on. Luton Town have made a move to sign Dutch winger Taith Chong from Birmingham City this summer. I think actually this guy is very highly rated. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments or chat. Taith Chong, I'm pretty sure is very highly rated. Luton Town, of course, promoted from the Championship. Incredible story. Congratulations to them. And finally, Manchester City assistant coach Enzo Maresca is being linked with the vacant Leicester City manager's job. That's reported from The Athletic. I'm very surprised that Leicester are making that move. But I guess it just shows what a joke Leicester City are. I would never be going for this guy for Leicester. You get someone who knows the Championship inside and out, who can get you back in to the Premier League. So guys, let me know what you think about this. Some interesting stories there. Obviously, Ilkay Gundogan is on the list. Kim Min-jae is on the list. The main one for me, which I think is bizarre, is Tottenham putting a £50 million bid in for James Maddison and Harvey Barnes combined. If they accept that, Leicester, then just wow.